Hello, dear students. Let us move to next numerical part of gas turbine. This is Dr. Ajay Kumar. Next numerical is given as in a gas turbine, inlet air at 288 Kelvin is compressed to pressure ratio of 6. The maximum temperature is 1023 Kelvin. Compressed air is heated firstly in a heat exchanger and then in combustion chamber. So compressed air is heated at two places, in heat exchanger and in combustion chamber. So accordingly we should draw the TS or other diagram. Now here air after heating is expanded in two stages in turbine so that maximum output we should get it. But to calculate thermal efficiency, NEP shaft work per unit mass of air, and then finally work ratio. Work ratio we know that is net work output divided by turbine work. So yes, dear students, let us go first through given data. Value of T1 given, pressure ratio is already given P2 upon P16. T3 is equal to T5. His maximum temperature is given 1023 Kelvin. Efficiency have to calculate shaft work and then work ratio. Yeah, so dear students, first let me explain about this TS diagram. So process 1, 2 is your isentropic compression taking place in compressor. Then compressed air goes to heat exchanger where heat is transferred and henceforth that air gets heated from 2 to 7. It goes to finally then combustion chamber. After heat exchanger it goes to combustion chamber where fuel is supplied and due to burning of fuel heat is supplied in combustion chamber, right? And then after combustion this hot gas goes to this turbine where isentropic expansion takes place from 3 to 4. Then that gas is reheated. Gas is reheated in process 4 to 5. So that's why written here 4 to 5 is reheating. So after reheating, temperature at 5 is same to temperature at 0.3. Henceforth, you might be remembering earlier we had written like this. If T5 is equal to T3, then factor K was coming equal to 1. Right? So after reheating in process 4, 5, at 0.5, hot gas goes to turbine number 2 where isentropic expansion takes place from 0.5 to 6. So this is about the process attached to this numerical. After 0.6 then it comes down where here heat exchange takes place and then finally it reaches to 1 having a closed cycle. So let us apply for process 1, 2 during this isentropic compression in process 1 to 2. So as usual you write like this, P2 upon P1 is given 6. We can calculate value of T2, that is temperature after compression of air. Now here a condition given in this numerical, that is for maximum expansion work the intermediate pressure which obeys the condition we know already, P4 is equal to P1 into P2 under root. So you see, this is minimum pressure and this is maximum pressure line. So in between, this pressure line comes out, this pressure line. So point 4 is lying on this pressure line. Henceforth, we can written P4 is equal to this. Right. Now, this P4 divide P1 throughout. Divide P1 throughout. Left side and right side. Left side P4 upon P1. Here it is. You can write in this way also. P1 into P2 divided by under root P1 under root P1. So this P1 gets cancelled. So we can write P2 under root P2 divided by P1, that is given value 6. That is given value 6 over here. This P2 upon P1 is given value 6 over here. So we can write under root 6. So P4 upon P1 is coming 2.45. So now apply to process 3 for now, that is in expansion taking place in turbine number 1 over here. So T3 upon T4 as usual like this. P3 is equal to P2. This P3 that is on same pressure line. So we can write P3 upon P4, P2 upon P4. This P4 is already written, that is under root P1 into P2. So it is written here. Right. So in this way we can write overall, and then finally this ratio T3 upon T4 is coming at 1.291. Right. Already the value of T3 maximum temperature is given in the numerical, so we can get value of T4 which comes out as this one. Right. Now here students, as the pressure ratio is same, so T6 is equal to T4, being this ideal heat exchanger. So look at here, being ideal heat exchanger over here, this temperature remains same. T4 is equal to T6 is equal to T4. So T6 is equal to T4 is this value. Right. Now compressor work is already known to us to calculate. Both values are known, Cp already given, so we can calculate this much amount of work supplied to compressor. Right. Now in heat addition that take place in combustor plus reheater also. So for separately both you should calculate. This is for your combustor, this is for your reheater. Combustor is from point, this is your combustor, so 7 to 3. So maximum temperature is T3, so T3 minus T7, and reheater is T5 minus T4. So that value is written over here, T3 minus T7 and then T5 minus T4 multiplied by value of Cp. Right. Now this T5 is equal to T3. This takes place due to reheating, and T7 is equal to T4. This is due to regeneration. right? And of course these temperatures are shown here on this TS diagram, are shown on this TS diagram, right? Are shown on TS diagram. Okay, so in this way we can calculate. It comes out 454.16. This much amount of heat is supplied, right? So this will be used to calculate efficiency later on. So now as a output turbine work, there are two turbines, so we should calculate separately for both T3, T4 and T5, T6. There are two turbines in which expansion takes place. Here this is turbine 1, this is your turbine 2. So first T3 minus T4 and then T5 minus T6. Those values are written over here. T3 minus T4, T5 minus T6. Right? See, this is already mentioned on TS diagram. So in this way, we can calculate total, per kg of air total turbine work we get, right? And shaft work we can calculate turbine work minus compressor work. So this is your shaft work, this is output, this is your input as heat supplied. So we can calculate efficiency then, which comes out 57.39%. Right? Now students, work ratio as I told, that is your net output, that is your shaft output, shaft work divided by turbine work. So both are calculated already. So always this work ratio comes out less than 1. Please remember, work ratio always should come less than 1. So dear students, let us move to last numerical based on gas turbine, which is mentioned as a closed cycle gas turbine consists of two-stage compressor perfect intercooling with perfect intercooling and two-stage turbine with reheater. All the components are mounted on the same shaft. The pressure and temperature at the inlet of low pressure are 2 bar and 300 Kelvin. The maximum pressure and temperature are limited to 8 bar and 1000 Kelvin respectively. The gases are heated in the reheater to 1000 Kelvin. Calculate mass of fluid circulated in turbine if net power developed by the turbine is 370. This is a net power produced by the turbine given. Also find out of heat supplied per second from external source. From external source, how much heat is supplied. These are the external sources. Okay, now, so this is a line diagram and TS diagram as well. So this is compressor number 1, compressor number 2. First, air is compressed in compressor 1. It goes to intercooler to reduce the volume. So here it is. 1 to 2 is compression in compression C1. Then it is intercooled from 2 to 3. Temperature is decreased, right? And then it goes to compressor number 2, here C2, right? And then it compresses to same pressure value. This is occurring due to perfect intercooling. Henceforth, due to this perfect intercooling, T2 is equal to T4. Right? This is clear. Now come to next one. After compressor 2, compressed air is supplied at point 4 to this combustion chamber. So from point 4, this is increasing temperature due to heat addition in combustion chamber. So T5 is given 1000 Kelvin. Then after burning up, that air which is now converted into gas is supplied to turbine number 1, that is called HP high pressure turbine. And then high pressure turbine produces work which is supplied to compressor number 2 and compressor number 1. After producing power in high pressure turbine, this hot gas goes to reheater, and again another amount of heat is supplied to this reheater here. So 5 to 6 is your isentropic expansion in HP turbine, and then it is reheated in this process. In process from here to here it is reheated, that is your 6 to 7. Okay, this point is your 6, this is your 7. So heated now. Again expansion after reheating, expansion takes place in low pressure turbine, that is isentropic expansion in process 7 to 8. And after producing power in low pressure turbine, that exhaust gas goes out to atmosphere. So this is about clarification of this layout and TS diagram. So these values are given due to perfect intercooling. We know already P3 can be calculated, that is coming out 8 bar. T max already given in the numerical, that is 1000 Kelvin. By considering reheating is perfect, so we have to calculate mass flow rate, total heat supplied, net power given 370 kilowatt. So for perfect intercooling and reheating, this is P2 we know already, that is P1 into P3. This is your P1, this is your P3. So intermediate pressure is this, by these values are already given, 2 into 8 under root, so it comes out as a 4 bar. So this intermediate pressure value, it comes out as a 4 bar. 4 bar. Right, now compression in LP compressor. This is C1 is your LP compressor. This is your LP compressor C1. This is high pressure compressor. So in this one T2 upon T1 as usual we can write. Value of T1 is known to us, given. So we can calculate value of T2. Right, which is this T2 is equal to T4. T2 is equal to T4 due to perfect intercooling. Due to perfect intercooling, T2 is equal to T4. So written over here. Right, now compressor work, that is same for both compressor, henceforth it is multiplied by 2. So it is mentioned in the numerical. All the components are mounted on the same shaft. Yes, turbine consists of two-stage compressor. Nothing mentioned about, yes, in the numerical, nothing mentioned about compressor efficiency or anyone. So here it is an assumption. Yes, here it is an assumption that considering same work consumed by both compressors. So that's why here it is 2 written over here. So 2 into Cp T2 minus T1. Moreover, it is clearly being shown over here that this length T2 minus T1, this length is equal to T4 minus T3, and you can write with confidence that it should be 2 over here. So it is written like this. Sorry, it is written like this over here. So T2 minus T1. So in this way we can calculate in terms of mass compressor work. Mass of air is not given yet. So in terms of mass we can write this much amount of work is supplied to both compressors altogether. Now from process 5 to 6, that is expansion in HP turbine, that is turbine number 1, high pressure turbine. So with general fundamental we can write like this. This value is already given to us. Pressure ratio is also calculated. We can calculate value of T6. So this T6 is equal to T8. This T6 is equal to T8. It is shown on this diagram. T6 is equal to T8. Here it is. So this is mentioned over here. Right. Now in this way we can calculate total turbine work, again presuming same turbine work is produced, because you see already on TS diagram this length is coming equal to this length. This happens due to this is a reheating process. So reheating is taking place in such a way that this temperature should be equal to temperature at 0.7 having value K is equal to 1, what I told just now. So with that concept we consider like your compressor part also. Here turbine, that is your multiplied by 2. So 2 Cp T5 minus T6. So here also this turbine work comes in terms of mass M. So this total power is already given to us in the numerical, that is 370 kilowatt. So this total, that is net power, we can write that is the difference between turbine work and compressor work. So we can write in this way, and then finally mass flow of air, that is a working fluid, that is air in fact, can be calculated, which comes as 1.615 kg per second. Now dear students, what about heat supply? So this amount of heat supplied from external source that takes place in two devices, that is in combustion chamber and reheater. In combustion chamber and reheater, that is what I told earlier, from external source heat is supplied in combustion chamber and reheater. So that has to be considered over here. So for combustor first, Cp Cp T5 minus T4, and for reheater T7 minus T6. All values have been calculated. So just put the data, we can get total heat supplied, and finally then thermal efficiency, that is shaft power divided by total heat supplied. So in this way we can calculate efficiency, thermal efficiency of this gas power plant. So dear students, in this way numerical part gets over. I do hope you might have understand well. Thank you so much.